Welcome back to Defender's Voice. This is Paul Kattupalli. People have been asking me, why are you talking so much about Ravi Zacharias? My answer is I should. The church is in a crisis. Rahm Emanuel served as the chief of staff under President Barack Obama. When the global depression hit us in 2009, he made a remarkable statement. He said, "Never allow a good crisis go to waste. It's an opportunity to do the things you once thought were impossible." I liked it. Never allow a good crisis go to waste. It's an opportunity to do the things you once thought were impossible. Ravi's scandal is a crisis. It hit the whole Christendom like a big bolt. We should not let this crisis go to waste. We should squeeze the juice out of it till the last drop. It's an opportunity to do the things you once thought were impossible. Once upon a time, it was impossible to criticize Ravi. Nobody would listen to you. He was elevated next to Apostle Paul. He was elevated next to C.S. Lewis. He was compared to Abraham Lincoln. Now it is an opportunity to discuss his life and learn some spiritual lessons. So I want to use Ravi as a blackboard to teach you important lessons of life. I am a big fan of Ravi. My dad took me to his meetings in Bangalore, India, when I was just 15 years old. From that day onwards, I have been following his messages. When I was in college, I organized gospel meetings and invited RZIM speakers to come to preach the gospel to the students. So now Ravi messed up, but I still read his books. You can see I was reading this book, Jesus Among Other Gods, today. So if you have a thin skin, don't watch my videos. George Orwell said, if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. I will tell you what you don't want to hear. If you are a baby, go somewhere. If you watch my videos, I tell you what is good in Ravi. I will also tell you what is bad in Ravi. Ravi was a human too. He was a mixture of good and evil. So coming to today's news, Sarah Davis, CEO of RZIM, she posted an update on their website. Let me quote her words. "We are in the process of taking down Ravi's content from our website and social media platforms, including publications, videos, and other forms of content, and we intend to change the name of the organization, effective immediately. We are also discontinuing the use of the Zacharias Institute brand." Now let me explain why I think this is not a good idea. In the Bible, God exposed the sins of his servants, but he also kept the record of good things and the good books they wrote. Moses wrote the Pentateuch. When Moses sinned against God, God did not throw away the Pentateuch. David wrote most of the book of Psalms. When David sinned against God, God did not throw away the book of Psalms. Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs. When Solomon sinned against God, God did not throw away the book of Proverbs. Yes, they were sinners, but God used their books to teach us important truths. In the same way, Ravi sinned against God, yet God used his books, videos, and lectures to teach us important truths. His books taught us great truths about Christian faith. Remember his sermons about the Holocaust, the child abuse, and about the fallacies of atheism. That is all good stuff. Let us say there is an astronomer. He built a big telescope in one of those Hawaiian islands to study a distant galaxy. He hired 3 female secretaries. They have been working for him. Through his telescope, he made mind-blowing discoveries about the distant galaxy. His research was published in great journals. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. Then a few years later, some disturbing facts emerged about the astrophysicist. He was abusing his secretaries. They would get benefits only if they satisfy his carnal desires. How would you deal with this astronomer? Are you going to throw away all his research? What would he say? Yes, I sinned against these secretaries, but whatever I told you about the galaxy, about the universe, is true. If Ravi were alive today, he would tell you the same thing. Yes, I sinned against this woman, but whatever I told you about God, about Jesus, about atheism is truth. So separate the truth from the truth bearer. Separate the truth from its medium. I may be a criminal, but if I tell you earth revolves around the sun, that is a truthful statement. Let us not destroy the great works done by Ravi Zacharias. Let us not make him a victim of current cancel culture. Can man live without God? I, Isaac, take you, Rebecca. And Jesus among other gods. This book by Ravi Zacharias is beautifully written about Jesus and the beauty of Jesus and his message. We have people who are saying, abolish the Declaration of Independence because Thomas Jefferson abused slave girls. Yes, we should condemn the sins of Thomas Jefferson, but we don't have to throw away the Declaration of Independence. Martin Luther King Jr., he wrote great books like Letter from Birmingham Jail during civil rights movement. King was cheating on his wife with other women fighting in the civil rights movement. We should condemn his sins, but we don't have to throw away his great books. Albert Einstein also comes to my mind. He wrote great works like Theory of Relativity. Yet he was cheating on his first wife, his second wife with other women. Are we going to throw away the theory of relativity? You see, my point is, we don't have to throw away great books because their authors lived sinful lives. Ravi wrote some great books, and we don't have to throw these books away because he lived a sinful life. Sarah Davis, CEO of RZIM, I urge you, please don't abolish the books and other content by Ravi from your website or from your social platform. And you, the listeners, I appreciate your comments. Please leave your comments, and I respect your views and opinions. And may God richly bless you. Thank you.